To be honest, I didn't really feel that hyped about Crown Jewel. I did think there was going to be some good matches from it, but I wasn't like, oh my god, this is going to be the best, this and that. I wasn't. The only match that I felt that way towards was Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. With Roman Reigns and Logan Paul, I knew they were going to do something good, but I didn't know it was going to be that good. Okay, I don't got an intro here, so let's get into it. The first match on the show is between Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. The disappointing match at the Royal Rumble really deserved the second one, and the match itself had the most hype out of any from this pay-per-view, with Lashley and Lesnar being explosive and aggressive. These guys were throwing each other through tables, going all out. They had to separate, the half of the roster had to separate them. It was crazy. This one was like the big man matches WWE usually does. It was explosive and very fast-paced, and Lashley notably dominated throughout the match. This thing was happening. Lesnar was being dominated like no other point. Lesnar's being dominated, and the last time we've seen him being dominated like this, I don't even remember. And it just ended suddenly with Lashley's shoulders somewhat down on the mat. He lost. His mistake was going for the hurt lock. He went down on the mat. The ref counted his shoulders to 3. He lost. Brock Lesnar won despite being dominated, and afterwards Lashley attacked. It's not really the match I expected it to be. It just happened. It was a way of extending the feud, because by the looks of it, this is far from over. I hope Lashley didn't turn heel or anything like that, because I really like him as a babyface. If he's aggressive, it's all cool, but as a heel, I just hope it isn't the case. It wasn't that disappointing because I somewhat expected it, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh man, this could be disappointing. But I really think they have to go all out in this next match, you know? Like, this match basically served as a precursor to their next one, which honestly has to be good, and I personally feel Lashley has to win it. The next match is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Asuka and Alexa Bliss defending the gold against Damage Control. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't need to see this match. We've seen this combination for like 3 months now, and I had enough. I liked their match on Raw this week. It was very exciting, and the title change was honestly, in my personal opinion, might be a hot take. I don't care. I liked it. It was nice. The thing is, I don't mind Damage Control losing. The team is just there. I don't know. It's hard to explain. You know, the show happens. They wrestle. It's decent. Sometimes good. I don't really think about their stuff. This match was decent. It was getting heated, but I think we had an idea of the result after the Bray Wyatt teaser. Nikki Cross interfered, and they lost the titles after 5 days. So what was the point? I don't know, but even if there was a point, it's dumb. I don't know. People aren't really fond about this story in itself, you know? No one was like, oh my god, this story is very interesting. And personally, I don't really care about this feud. But at the same time, there's not something interesting in the tag division. Other than Asuka and Alexa, there's not much, and that's terrible. If Sasha and Naomi come back, yeah, but if they don't, there's nothing. And the tag division continues to be very inconsistent. Following this, Drew McIntyre faced Karrion Kross in a steel cage match. So this feud has been ongoing for 3 months, which I almost can't believe. Like, how I literally remember this guy debuting, causing chaos. It literally feels like it was last week. Drew's somewhat not as notable as previously, and this match was a must-win. It was better than Extreme Rules, I'd say, but I didn't like it that much. It's definitely an improvement, though. I thought that Drew would lose once again because of the mace, but he powered through and climbed out of the cage to win. And I personally hope he gets an edge to him. He really needs something fresh. 2 months ago, we were talking about him becoming champion. Now it's a different story. Karrion Kross, on the other hand, he looked very good out there. Add to that, he didn't look bad in defeat, you know, because Drew McIntyre had to climb out. He was protected. He was strong. And I personally feel we're going to see a lot more of him in the upper mid-card, you know. He's probably not going to be champion or anything like that. He's always going to be around the main event scene, I'd say. So, yeah. The next match was a 6-man tag between the OC and the Judgment Day. This one was decent. It's not out of this world, but there was some interesting moments. And the most anticipated part of the match was, of course, for me, Balor and Styles. Their action was limited, of course, but they turned up. Balor, with the help of Rhea, won the match, and by the looks of it, they're giving him one hell of a push. Not just a normal push, but like world champion type stuff. I'm very interested in the Styles and Balor singles match, because the last time they faced off, it was incredible. One of the best matches of 2017. As for Rhea, the moment someone beats her up is going to be huge, because there's not many on the roster on her level. Who knows? Maybe Randy Orton will return and drop her with an RKO. But yeah, I'm really interested in AJ Styles and Finn Balor. I think that would be a great match if they were to go back and do it once again. The next match was between Omos and Braun Strowman. I should have known. This match wasn't going to last until WrestleMania. They're obviously going to face off so soon. Omos bossed Strowman here. He was way taller than him, as crazy as that sounds, and had a chokehold on him, even verbally. He was owning him. Then Strowman made the comeback, and the match ended quickly with one running power slam. For Omos, this was easily his best match. Strowman was selling for him, getting thrown around. His trash talking unlocked a whole other side to him, and it was a spectacle. It's not awesome, out of this world, or anything like that, but there was a spectacle watching these two out there trying to knock each other down, going for body slams or power slams, whatever the hell they were doing. So yeah. The next match was for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. The Usos defended the titles against the Brawling Brutes. This one awesome. This one was awesome. The Usos really are the tag team. These guys never miss. Then you add the Brawling Brutes and it delivers. The Usos really learned something from Roman's kickouts. They had me believing the titles were changing hands even though the chances were slim. The Brawling Brutes looked so damn tough, resilient out there. But it was the Usos who retained, and man, was it a good match. The next match was for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defending the title against Bayley in a last woman standing match. There's a few missed timings with this one, but I preferred it to the latter match. It really felt like the end of the feud. You know, we had so many dramatic moments. Bianca at one point stood there while Bayley was driving this 2-mile-per-hour, 4-kilometer-per-hour type speed with this golf cart, and she's just standing there scared. I thought Bianca was about to send her flying with this one, and Bayley, she really made her look like $1,000,000. At some point, she even hurt herself to make Bianca look good. You know, there were some missed timings there. The KOD looked very, very, very bad. It looked rough for Bayley. Bianca, on the other hand, was basically 2007 John Cena. Woman was out here taking all kinds of moves, yet she still got back up, and she pulled a John Cena Extreme Rules 2010 to retain the title. This was pretty surprising. I really thought Bayley would win the title here, but she didn't, and for certain, this feud is over. And then again, Triple H will be like, a good one. Because I wouldn't be shocked if they drag it to War Games, which, God forbid, you know, we've seen enough. So I think it wouldn't be any different in War Games if it were to happen. As for Bianca's next challenger, it's kind of hard to say. There is this woman who I personally feel they'll have her face at WrestleMania. So for the time being, perhaps Nikki Cross again, even though they had the match last week. I don't know. Bray Wyatt came out and cut a promo about stuff. He refused to appreciate and like himself. And I also felt that people liked things about him, not himself. He wanted to be a changed man. Back then he wore the mask and he never felt pain, but now that's a different story. Uncle Howdy was all about letting Bray into the dark side, and it's some weird stuff that isn't really out there yet. What I mean by that is we don't know much about it at the moment. Will Bray Wyatt become The Fiend again? Who knows? I personally believe it's going to happen eventually because Bray Wyatt's The Fiend was one of the most popular characters from 2019 to 2021, so I think it's possible that it's going to happen. And the main event, Roman Reigns defends the undisputed Universal Championship against Logan Paul. What is this timeline we're on? The story was all about that one lucky punch, and man, did they go all out. So personally, I knew Logan Paul for very long. I remember when he was on Vine, and he ended up being all over the place, but I didn't think he would be a wrestler. Like, imagine telling someone in 2017, Roman Reigns as a heel, holding the title for over 2 years, would face Logan Paul. First of all, a bunch of you would be like, what, who, and how? And the match itself, I knew it would be good, but it got to the point where I wanted this thing to go on for a very long time. You know, I thought it was going to be, oh, nice, this and that. But I literally wanted this match to go on for like an hour because of how ridiculous and how crazy it was. Logan Paul, man, has work rate. He really gets it. We don't say it that often, but this man would be a world-class wrestler if he was full-time. Roman's selling of his moves with the look of pure anger on his face was a nice touch, and this guy's buckshot lariat was too damn ridiculous. And I started thinking to myself, man, if this guy went by a whole different name, nobody even knew he's a YouTuber, whatever, he's just a wrestler. This guy, he would be lauded on a whole different level, and he'd be your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. I mean, they're already going crazy for him now, but it'd be a different story then. Roman was all about the trash talk, mentioning KSI, Mr. Beast, but this was nothing compared to the final parts of the match. At this point, Logan was selling Roman's moves well, and vice versa. Then from out of nowhere, he hits the punch, and man, Roman had me believing that the title was gone. I thought the title was poof, it's gone. It's on Logan Paul's waist. These kickouts seemed a bit ridiculous, but just a little thought. The thought of the likes and attention WWE would receive had me believing there was a chance. It sounds stupid, but I really believed just a little. Then this guy recorded a damn video while hitting a splash through the announce table when even the impulsive guys Mike and George got involved. And then the craziest thing happened. Jake Paul comes out. He's 95 overall, but the man came out to Everyday Bro. What? Everyday Bro playing in the WWE arena. I almost can't believe that it actually happened. The Usos got knocked out. Logan with the frog splash got me dazed, like bro was really about to win the title. That's how good Roman was at kickouts. You know, this man is the Messi of kickouts, the Michael Jordan of kickouts. He's an all-timer in that regard. Then a dive over the top rope led to Roman hitting the Superman punch and the spear to retain the title. Bro had Roman Reigns shocked that he retained the title. Not even Edge, not Daniel Bryan. None of those guys had Roman Reigns thinking to himself, damn, I actually won this match. I actually retained the title. It was one of the most exciting matches this year, and it sounds ridiculous saying it, but man, I wanted this thing to continue. Logan Paul really tore his meniscus, MCL, and possibly ACL to have this match, and it's definitely memorable. Alright, that's Crown Jewel. Honestly, in the beginning, I thought the show was, I thought it was a bit average, a bit mid. But then, once the Usos faced the Brawling Brutes, it really got lifted up a whole hell of a lot. It really turned into something else, and the main event really solidified it as a good pay-per-view event, I'd say. Best match, I think you guys know. It's Roman Reigns and Logan Paul. There's no doubt about it. Why? You know what? Let The Rock answer this question. Because you just gotta watch it to understand. If you watch it, you know exactly why I'm saying it. It's crazy that a freaking YouTuber, a podcast guy, whatever you want to call him, Logan Paul, had a main event match with Roman Reigns, and not only that, but it was amazing. It was a great-ass match. This guy had all of Twitter, all the internet going crazy over him. It was awesome. All right, what do you guys think of Crown Jewel? Please comment down below, and that's the first video. Make sure you hit the coup de grace on the like button, and perhaps the spear on the subscribe button. Peace. I'm out.